1st, 2020, we were pleasantly surprised to find a palm-sized bird nest in the wreath on our door. There were 5 light green bird eggs in the nest. Each egg is about 2 centimeters long and 1 centimeter wide. We guess this is a house finch that came to our house last year to make a nest. Soon the mother bird flew to lie on the nest and began to lay the eggs. She occasionally left the nest. Most of the time she was alone in the nest. She sometimes left to find food. The food that house finches eat is mainly plant matter, but we soon found that the mother bird was not alone. Daddy bird often accompanies, sings, and guards. Mother bird is not simply sitting on the eggs to hatch them. She often flips her eggs. It's like hatching chicks in an incubator every day. She also needs to change her posture to prevent her eggs from overheating. There are 2 main ways to prevent the eggs from overheating. One is to squat, then to use her wings to block the sunlight. The second is to constantly flap her wings slightly. This year's climate is different from the past. Perhaps this year is destined for most things to be different from the past. It was snowing on April 10th, 2020, and there was also a thunderstorm on April 11th. The same day, there was a power outage at home. However, none of these seemed to affect the mother bird. She courageously guarded her children. On April 12th, we saw the first hatched bird. Every day after that, we see daddy bird flying to mother bird and baby bird. The female bird needs to continue to hatch the unborn baby at this time, and to keep warm for the babies who haven't grown their feathers. Mother bird flew out occasionally. When she came back, she would bring back a lot of food. They fed their babies about once an hour on average. The babies seemed to be in a state of wailing all the time, even if their throat pouch is already full of food. 1 egg did not hatch until the 15th. By the time of the 17th, we never found it again. Samson said this was very normal in the animal world. Sometimes, in order to make other children live more robust, the weakest baby was usually not deliberately fed. If I knew it would die, it should have been brought back for artificial feeding on its first day. When babies are very young, they sleep and eat every day and rarely look at the outside world. After a week, their eyes opened and they grew their feathers. At the age of 14 and 15 days, they were almost as big as their mother. According to the book, the lifespan of a house finch is about 10 years. Also, they can live semi-independently in 2 to 3 weeks. Baby birds cannot control pooping except for their first 2 or 3 days. They soon knew that they shouldn't drain feces in their nests, but they have limited mobility. They can only poop around the edge of the bird's nest. But during the first week and a half, it was difficult for us to see the bird droppings on the edge of the bird's nest. This is not because the babies do not poop. Their drops are eaten by their parents. In fact, this phenomenon is not just the house finch. Many birds act like this, such as the American robin. Afterwards, the baby birds had too much poop. Their parents couldn't finish it. We saw a circle of feces on the edge of the nest. The surroundings of the American robin's nests are much cleaner. There will not be too much feces left until leaving the nest. I think there might be 3 reasons for this. First, the total amount of feces caused by different food sources is different. Second, different birds have different awareness of danger. Third, the robin baby birds leave the nest much faster than the house finch. At the beginning, the mother was not always with the babies, including the evening. The babies gradually grew up. Their little nest started to get crowded. Mother bird would not sleep in the nest. One night, she even stood at the bird's nest. Here you can see several nights before the babies leave the nest. This is the posture of the female bird at 2 a.m. every day. From April 13th to May 1st, this house finch has always been with us. On April 14th, I saw the last bird hatching. It was a pity that I never saw it again after the 15th. You can see them grow up one day, from no feather to plump wings, to the size of their parents. That is a thing that happens in 2 weeks. Every day I will take a look at these little birds. There is a sense of satisfaction watching the children grow up. You can see their beaks gradually change from bright yellow to black. Their feathers change from white to brown. Their covered feathers, trunks, and flying feathers grow a little bit. From the day they can't lift from the beginning to the day they flap their wings to have fun. From only wriggling to grab themselves with small claws. The growth visible by the naked eye. Until April 30th, 2020, after they hatched for 18 days, the babies were finally ready to leave the nest. They kept making noises until a little bird slowly stood up by the nest, stopped about for 10 seconds, suddenly brave enough to spread his wings and leave the nest. The day they left the nest, I was somewhat lost. I feel that the companion who accompanied our family in the epidemic preserve and left, I still take a look at the monitoring from time to time, hoping to see the birds flying back, although I know that is impossible, because the difficulty of flying back is much greater than the difficulty of flying out. The birds cannot stop back to the nest accurately. I suddenly discovered that the figure of Daddy Bird appeared in the camera and Mother Bird. How is this going? Only after checking the information, some females can lay 3 batches of eggs in spring and change 3 males. My wife kept asking, "Are you sure the same house finch came back to see the nest?" I certainly can't confirm this, but I believe they are. This is equivalent to believing in beauty. So when both male and female finches appear in the monitor again, what should we expect? Will they regenerate a baby in the same nest? Or do they miss the days that they lived together? Let us look forward to it. To be continued, that is for sure. Because when the time I made this video, I already knew the answer. Look forward. Life will always bring us surprises and miracles.